I just want to hazard a guess that there has been a disagreement between these two shadow ministers. Perhaps a suggestion that one of them might be using health debates as an opportunity to grandstand. And I hope that's not the case. But what I am slightly concerned about is that we're about to see another episode of the ongoing psychodrama, which is the Labour Party. You know, we had the TBGBs, and then when that very happily came to an end, we had the Miliband Band of Brothers, a disaster for that family, happily not for the country.
Madam Deputy Speaker, I really wonder whether this is within scope and whether it is at all orderly to be debating which minister is is proposing a debate. We have many occasions in this House, including the Chancellor didn't come last week.
Yeah.
This happens quite a bit. It's just not orderly to be starting off the debate in this way.
I thank the honourable member for that point of order, and I think the point has been made, and perhaps we can move on with the debate. Ben Gunnar.
It is a matter of importance, Madam Deputy Speaker, because in this kind of episode of health handbags that we now have been given, we are given an insight into the crisis within the Labour Party and their inability to understand actually what the priorities are for the NHS and for the country. You see, if the NHS is of such importance to the Labour Party, if it is of such importance, if the A&E is of such importance, you would expect the Shadow Secretary of State to introduce...
Order. If the Minister could just sit down for a moment. I will take this point of order. I imagine it's very similar to the previous point of order. It would be nice if we could move the debate on. There are several maiden speeches that are waiting to be taken. I will take the member's point of order in a second. There are several maiden speeches to be taken. It's an important subject. I would like to move on rather than get bogged down in this. I will take the honourable member's point of order and then I hope we can move on.
I'm very grateful, Madam Deputy Speaker. I think for the benefit of new members on both sides of the House, it would be really helpful, I think, if the Chair could just spend a moment just clarifying when it is in order to challenge the Chair's ruling on something and when it isn't.
It just carried on.
Indeed, thank you very much. It is the person in the chair's decision as to whether or not something is within scope or not. I did not take the Minister's response to my decision as a challenge to the chair. I merely just wanted to point out that actually it would be nice to get on with the debate and to allow honourable members, especially newer members, to make their maiden speeches. So if the Minister could move on, we'd all be very grateful.
With pleasure, Madam Deputy Speaker, because in the absence of the Shadow Secretary of State, I shall channel him, which is something I enjoy doing. I like him, and he's a man who often, sometimes, a few times, speaks some sense. Just before the last election, he said this, after the election, we need to come together and then allow the NHS to get on with the job of building 21st century services. And what I don't understand in this motion that he has put before the House with other members of the opposition is that far from coming together, far from trying to build a consensus on the future of the NHS, what they are seeking to do, once again, is to reproduce the golden oldies of criticisms which they put before the country before the last election and were so roundly rejected. But that is